already discussed the meaning of the complex number and the addition of the complex number, subtraction of the complex number, multiplication of the complex number and division of the complex numbers, and how to simplify the powers of I, that we have seen in the previous session. So in this session we are discussing the conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate of complex number or conjugate complex number. Suppose if you have a two complex differ in only the if two complex numbers differ only in sign of imaginary part, they are called conjugate complex numbers. If any two complex numbers differ only in the sign of the imaginary part, then they are called conjugate complex numbers. For example, suppose z equal to x plus iy. Then another one complex number which is differ only in the sign of the imaginary part, means if it is plus then it becomes minus. Remaining all the values are same and remaining sign are also same, only differ in the imaginary sign of the imaginary part. So those kinds of the complex numbers are called conjugate complex numbers. Here the conjugate complex number is indicated by this symbol. This symbol indicates conjugate. So conjugate is denoted by like this. If z, for example, I am taking an example here. Suppose z equal to 3x plus z equal to 2 plus 3i. Then conjugate of z equal to, sign of x will not be changed, keep as it is. We have to change only the sign of imaginary part. If it is minus, take it as, so if it is plus, take it as minus. Suppose if we have z equal to 2 minus 6i, then conjugate of z equal to, keep the sign of x as it is. Minus is there. If it is minus, take a plus 6i. And similarly z equal to minus 2 plus 3i. Minus 2 plus 3i. Then conjugate of z equal to, sign of x will not be changed, keep as it is. Sign of imaginary part is changed. If it is plus, minus 3. That is how to write the conjugate of a complex number. That is the meaning of the conjugate complex numbers. If the two complex numbers differ only in the sign of imaginary part, then they are called conjugate complex numbers. Thus z equal to x plus iy is a complex number, then the conjugate of x plus iy is x minus iy. We denote the conjugate is denoted by this symbol. This is the symbol of the conjugate complex number here. Now I am moving to the geometrical representation. So geometrical representation of the complex numbers. Suppose let z equal to x plus iy. Suppose z equal to x plus iy be a complex number. X plus iy be a complex number. It can be uniquely determined by uniquely determined by, it can be uniquely determined by the ordered pair, by the ordered pair x comma y of real numbers, of real numbers. This z equal to x plus iy is a complex number. It will be derived or it will be determined by the ordered pair of x comma y. These x and y are the real numbers. Here a complex number can be represented by the unique point. Complex number is also represented by, complex number can be represented by, complex number can be represented by a unique point, is represented by the unique point p of x comma y, p of x comma y with a regard to, two rectangular axes, with the two rectangular axes. Means suppose if we have an ordered pair x comma y, with the help of this ordered pair we represent the complex number z equal to x plus y, iy. So here this is just a point, this is just an ordered pair. Same as it is for the complex number, we can also represent this complex number by the unique point p of x comma y. So in a two rectangular axis, means in the two axes we represent this point. The plane in which we represent the complex number as a ordered pair of real numbers, the plane representing a complex number as a ordered pair of real numbers is called the complex plane, is called the complex plane. Simply we know the xy plane. Xy plane means where we represent the point p having the coordinates x and y. Same as it is, if we represent the point of an or ordered pair of an real numbers of the complex number, that plane is called complex plane. Means this plane is called now complex plane. This plane is now called complex plane or argand plane. Representation of the complex number as a ordered pair of the real numbers is called the argand plane or complex plane or Gaussian plane or Gaussian plane. Argand plane or complex plane or Gaussian plane. The real part of z is represented on the x-axis. Here the real part of z is represented on, real part of z is represented on x-axis, which is therefore called real axis, which is therefore called real axis. Means x-axis will be called a real axis because we represent the real part of z on the x-axis. Therefore it is called a real axis. And imaginary part of z, imaginary part of z is represented on y-axis, which is therefore called imaginary axis. Imaginary axis. So here the complex number, in the complex number, if we represent the complex number as a ordered pair of the real numbers in the plane, that plane is called complex plane or organ plane or Gaussian plane. So in the complex number, if we have to represent the real part on the x-axis and imaginary part on y-axis, therefore x-axis is called a real axis and y-axis is called a imaginary axis. And the diagram in which z equal to x plus iy is carried out is called a Argand diagram. Means the diagram in which z plus x plus iy is carrying, the diagram which is carrying the z equal to x plus iy is called an Argand diagram. So I am just representing here. Consider a point P of z. Z means z having the coordinate x and y. If I draw a line, join a O to P and draw a perpendicular line P to x axis. Now I am considering the conjugate of z means value of x is same, only differ sign of y, means if it is plus 2, here it is minus 2. P of conjugate of z. Accordingly, length of this one will be same. But as we mentioned in the axis, this will be the negative term and this will be the positive term. And now we are taking the length of OP. The length of OP is called modulus. The length of OP is called modulus of the complex number. The length of OP is called the modulus of the complex number z equal to x plus iy, and it is denoted by this symbol. This symbol represents the modulus of a complex number. So that is the geometrical representation of the complex number. The plane which is representing complex number is called the complex plane, and the real part will be represented by the x-axis and imaginary part is represented on y-axis. Therefore, those will be called real axis and imaginary axis. And the diagram which is carrying the complex number is called a Argand diagram. And as according to here, I am mentioning the P of z and P of z bar, where x is common in both z and z bar. So the length OP is called the modulus of the complex number. That is indicated by this symbol. Now we define the modulus of z equal to modulus of z. The length OP is represented by mod z. We know that if you consider it as a m, OM equal to x, PM equal to y, by the Pythagoras theorem, r square equal to x square plus y square, r equal to square root of x square plus y square. Therefore, I am applying the same rule here, mod z equal to square root of x square plus y square. So therefore, mod z equal to square root of x square plus y square here. So as we know that z equal to x plus iy, if z equal to x plus iy, z bar equal to x minus iy. Here P of x comma y represents a z. Then Z bar is represented by, then Z bar is represented by the point P of x comma coordinate of y, means coordinate of the iy will be minus, so that will be minus y. Real part and imaginary parts, but real in the Z bar, imaginary part is negative. So therefore it will be represented by P of x comma minus y, which is the image of P, which is the image of P. We know the diagram as we represented in previous. This imaginary diagram is image of this OPM. Clear? So therefore it is called, which is the image of P. This is called image of this point P. Here, since OP equal to OP dash, since OP equal to OP dash, since OP equal to OP dash, see the diagram here, OP, consider this as a P dash, OP equal to OP dash, since OP equal to OP dash, because this is an image of this triangle, therefore OP equal to OP dash. If OP equal to OP dash means mod of Z equal to mod of conjugate of Z, both are nothing but the same here. Now we are moving to the standard form of complex number. Standard form of complex number. This is also called a standard form of a complex number. Also the polar forms of the complex number. Both are nothing but the same here. Polar form or standard form of complex number. We know that a complex number, for every non-zero complex number, for every non-zero complex number, Z equal to x plus iy, Z equal to x plus iy can be put in the form, r of cos theta plus I of sin theta, r of cos theta plus I sin theta. So every non-zero complex number will be put in this form. That is called the standard form or polar form, where r and theta are real quantities. R and theta are real quantities, means complex number Z equal to x plus iy will be represented in the form r of cos theta plus I sin theta. We have to represent the complex number in this form. So here, if you open the bracket, it becomes r into cos theta plus I into r into sin theta. So here x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. X equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. How it will be obtained? How these derivations will be obtained? It will be obtained as we have done in the previous. The diagram is like this: P, M, O having a distance x, this will having a distance y, and this is your mod z, and this will be your angle. Consider this as a theta. Now use the formula of the cos theta equal to, and this mod z is nothing but your r. Instead of z, first we'll take a r here. So cos theta equal to x divided by r. sin theta equal to y divided by r. X equal to r cos theta, y equal to, send this down to the RHS, r sin theta. By that we obtained x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, where r is equal to square root of x square plus y square by the rule of Pythagoras theorem. By the rule of Pythagoras theorem. Here the r is your distance, so we cannot measure the distance in negative, so therefore here we take only the positive term. So cos theta equal to x divided by r, sin theta equal to y divided by r. So therefore z equal to x plus iy will be represented in the form r of cos theta plus I of sin theta. Now the positive real number r, the positive real number, the positive real number r equal to square root of x square plus y square is called the modulus, is called the modulus, is called the modulus, or absolute value, is called modulus or absolute value of the complex number, of the complex number z, and it will be written as z equal to x plus iy mod z equal to square root of x square plus y square. Means r is nothing but our modulus or absolute value of the complex number, that we can write it this in form, or z equal to r of cos theta plus I of sin theta implies mod z equal to r, mod z equal to r here. Here the complex number, in this complex number the number theta is called the number theta is called the amplitude, number theta is called the amplitude or argument, amplitude or argument of, amplitude or argument of z, and is written as, and is written as, and is written as amplitude z or argument z. Both can be used for the representation. This is used for the representation of amplitude of a z. This will be used for the argument of z here. Means the theta is called the amplitude or argument of z here. This theta is called the amplitude or argument of z. Now the unique value of each that theta, the unique value, the unique value of such that theta, such that theta which is greater than minus pi less than pi, greater than minus pi less than pi, which satisfies sin theta and cos theta, which satisfies sin theta and cos theta, is called the principal value, is called the principal value of the, principal value of the amplitude. The unique value of the theta that lies in between minus pi to pi, which satisfies the sin theta and cos theta, that is called principal value of the amplitude. The unique value such that the theta lies in between minus pi to pi, which satisfies both sin and theta and cos theta, which is called the principal value of the amplitude here. So based on this we have a 2 points. One is the real number r equal to square root of x square plus y square is nothing but the modulus or absolute of the complex number, that we can written as z equal to x plus iy mod z equal to square root of x square plus y square. So that can also be written in the form of the standard form r of cos theta plus I sin theta. That implies mod z equal to r, because r is your modulus of the complex number. So now every complex number can be written in the form z equal to r of cos theta plus I sin theta, cos theta plus I sin theta. Every complex number which is in this form, so this number can be represented in the form of r into CIS theta. Representation of r into cos theta plus I sin theta will be represented in the form of r into C into IS theta. It will be called CS theta. CS theta. For example, z equal to two into cos 30 plus I sin 30. We can write it as 2 cis 30. It is just a representation of complex number. Every complex number can be put in this form. Every complex number can be put in this form. Just please remember this part here. In further, we directly take a cis theta. Cis theta or cis 30, 645, just like that. So this is nothing but a r into cos theta plus I sin theta. So next we have properties of the complex number. Properties of the complex number. Here the properties of the complex numbers is, in that the first one is, the first property says that the sum, difference, multiplication, quotient, of a two complex numbers, is a complex number again, is a complex number. Means, for example, when you make a, suppose z1 equal to x plus iy, z2 equal to a plus ib. If you take the addition of the two complex number, the resulted value is also complex number. If you take the subtraction, the resulted number is also complex number. If you take the multiplication of the two numbers, then the resultant number is also complex number. If you take the quotient of the two complex number, then after the simplification, the resultant value is also the complex number. So please see the previous video of the addition, subtraction, multiplication and the quotient of the complex numbers. See there, after all the simplification of the z1 plus z2, z1 minus z2, z1 into z2, z1 by z2, the last value of those addition of the complex number is, again we have obtained complex numbers. Please watch that previous session. So that is our property 1. The sum, difference, multiplication and quotient of the two complex number is again a complex number. So next property is, if a complex number is equal to 0, then its real and imaginary part, are separately equal to 0. That means if x plus iy equal to 0, then x is also equal to 0 and y is also equal to 0. Not only x plus iy is 0 here. If x plus iy is 0 means that indicates both x and y are 0 in the complex number. Both x and y are 0 in the complex number. That is the meaning of the second property. So third one, if two complex numbers are equal, then their real and imaginary parts are separately equal. For example, if z1 equal to x1 plus iy1, z2 equal to x2 plus iy2. If you want to say that z1 equal to z2, then their respected real part x1 should be equal to x2 and the imaginary part y1 should be equal to y2. Then only we say that the two complex numbers are equal. Then only we say that the two complex numbers are equal here. Clear? The two complex numbers are equal. Fourth property, if two complex numbers are equal, then their conjugates are also equal. Means suppose x1 plus iy1 equal to x2 plus iy2, then their conjugate of x1 plus iy1 is x1 minus iy1, x2 minus iy2. If the two complex numbers are equal, then their respected conjugates are also equal. So those are the main four properties of the complex number. The first property says that the sum, difference, multiplication, quotient of two complex number is again a complex number. So that we can easily verify by the previous sessions of the modulo, that is addition of two complex numbers, subtraction, multiplication and quotient. We have already explained the examples on these basis. We can verify there. And the second property says that if a complex number is equal to 0, then its real and imaginary parts are separately equal to 0. If we say that x plus iy is 0, then both x and y should be a 0. Then only we can say that x plus iy is 0. Suppose if x is 0, y is not equal to 0, then x plus iy is not equal to 0. Similarly, if y is 0, x is not equal to 0, then x plus iy is not equal to 0. That is our property 2. According to the property 3, if the two complex numbers are equal, then their respected real and imaginary parts are separately equal. If z1 equal to x1 plus iy1, z2 equal to x2 plus iy2, then compulsory, if you want to say that z1 and z2 are equal, then the respected real part, that means x1 should be equal to x2 and imaginary part y1 should be equal to y2. For example, 2 plus 3i is equal to 2 plus 3i only. If any one term having a different sign, for example 2 plus 3i equal to minus 2 plus 3i, this will be the wrong statement because 2 is not equal to minus 2. Therefore, they are not equal. So according to the fourth property, if the two complex numbers are equal, then their conjugate is also equal. If we say that the two complex numbers are equal, then their respected conjugate is also equal. Those are the four properties of the complex number.